We were talking about Taylor Hall making more than Connor McDavid a few months ago. Remember
Top
that?
1% in his sport, probably going to be immune to that.
Maybe. You might be right. Like
Probably going to be immune to that.
Hall up front and Pietrangelo on the back end.
I wouldn't pay Hall. Let me just be straight on that. I don't think Taylor Hall has done anything in the last 2 years that leads me to believe that guy is worth an 8-year contract or a 7-year deal.
Is Taylor Hall the best forward available?
He might be.
That's the problem.
Right.
Remember, there was a really was it 2012? Was it 2012? Brad Richards was a free agent.
Yeah.
And he was the best free agent available.
Right.
Guy got 8.5 or something. It was 8 or 8.5,
which was a fortune at the time.
It was way too much. It was way too much, but he was the best guy available.
So
second best guy available was Tim Connolly.
It's either Taylor Hall or Mike Hoffman. Like those are your top 2 forward UFAs.
Based on name brand,
Mike Hoffman, I would pay.
Why is Taylor Hall better than Mike Hoffman other than name?
Well, and also reputation.
This year, Hoffman had 59 points in 69 games. Taylor Hall had 52 points in 65 games.
So this is the problem with Taylor Hall's career, guys.
Seasons, right?
This is the problem with Taylor Hall's career. Okay. Guy goes from first year in Jersey, 53 points. Next year, 93. The next year, injuries. Okay. So we'll give him this 37 in 33. So he had a good year. And then back to 50 points this year in 60-something games. In Edmonton, 65, 38, 80, 50. You don't know. Listen, we know he's capable. That's clear. What we don't know is what he's capable of on a consistent basis. And we're talking about a guy who, Steve, you pointed it out, was going to be the guy that was going to potentially make Connor McDavid money because that's how much scoring is worth. But nothing that we saw in Arizona this year leads me to believe that he's worth that. If Taylor Hall gets over $8 million and in a 7-year deal or an 8-year deal, depending upon whether the Coyotes go after him or not, which I don't think they are, given their financial struggles, I mean, and again, by the way, that's a complete about turn from what I thought. I thought the Coyotes were going to try to keep him, but they can't make their bonus payments. So or they didn't make them on time. So I'm just saying that sort of changed my opinion on things. But if Taylor Hall gets $8 million a season with your team, are you comfortable?
Okay.
Is that what 50 to 60 points is worth now? Because it certainly was worth the 90. Like if he hits at 90 points, great. But he's done that once.
Taylor Hall, the $8 million is does-it money, not can-do money. Can-do money is 5 to maybe 7.5.
Like William Nylander money.
William Nylander
can do it.
Can do it.
Doesn't always.
It's not every day.
Mm-hmm.
It's not every season to cover my tracks before everyone kills me. And this is the problem. This is the problem. If Mitch Marner was making William Nylander money, absolutely nobody would have a problem with him.
No.
But he makes does-it money. And I came to his defense. I'm like, Jesus, did you see those 5 games against Columbus? He tried so hard every game. No one cares. No one cares about how close you came.
That's what the money is for.
That's what the money is for. He makes does-it money. Matthews makes does-it money.
But he doesn't.
Tavares makes does-it money.
He didn't do it.
He didn't do it. And I defended him. I'm like, oh, he hit the post. Oh, he tried hard. Does it money. Are you going to give Taylor Hall does it money or can do money?
Can do. You'll have to give him does it money, but I'd only be comfortable with can do.
I mean, you're not going to the past 2 seasons.
Somebody is going to pay Taylor Hall a big chunk of money over the next 7 or 6 years, and that's it. Like it happens every free agency. The top guy is going to get a bunch of years. It's going to be like 5 years and $8 million, and Taylor Hall's going to get that because he's a free agent, and that's how free agency works.
I'm certainly more comfortable at 5 years than I am at 8 or 7 or 8 with him.
Mm-hmm.
I am.
It'll be around 5, I think, 5 or 6.
It's interesting because we've been sold on. I wonder if players are going to do a 1 or 2 year deal thing because the money's dried up. Right? So you sign a 1 or 2 year thing, you play your hardest, then when the money's back, you try to cash in. But I also wonder if players are going to be gun shy because like you look at like who is it? Charlie McAvoy, Brock Besser, Braden Point, Patrick Laine, like all these guys who took the shorter deal going, you know what, but I'm going to get mine. Now yours isn't there. So what is the incentive to take the short deal? I don't know. You gotta be dead sure that the money's going to be there, and I'm not convinced it will be.
Yeah,
I think we said this before. It's like we think the guys are okay. You're gonna bet on yourself and try and take the 1 or 2 year deal, but in the end, the NHL players just always lean on the long-term deals and the security.
Sure, because of injury.
Because of injury, yeah.
Look at the promo the NHL had yesterday. You got to sacrifice and you got to break bones to win the Stanley Cup. Also, you should take a short deal. I don't friggin' think so. If I got to block shots and break bones and sacrifice myself, you got to sign the longest, most lucrative deal possible. You cannot take the lump sum in this case.
Right.
You got to do the $1,000 a week for life.
You're taking the $1,000 a week. Even like with the environment we're in now, where it's like, okay, I might not get as many years, but I might not get as much money, but the years and the security seems to always be one of the largest motivating factors for an NHL player. It doesn't work the same in other leagues. Like in the NBA, the guys are taking 1 year and 2 year deals all the time with opt-outs. And then in football, you can get cut all the time. But in the NHL, consistently, it seems we're going for these 5 and these 7, these 6 year deals.
Well, in the NBA, I mean, the money's just better. But
yeah, it's $30 million for 1 year.
Yeah, play 6 minutes off the bench. Like Andreas Janssen, right? He took the 1 year bet on yourself contract. And he followed it up in 73 games. So he missed some time due to injury. He missed 9 games. Or I think he was actually a healthy scratch, wasn't he? He had 20 goals, 23 assists, 43 points. And so he gets the contract that he does. What if instead of that year, he had the one that he currently had or just had? 8 goals, 13 assists, 21 points in 43 games.
He's Pierre Engvall money.
Yeah. Like you don't – Andreas Janssen – worked hard and lucked out. It's a combination. So, I don't know. All these guys, the 1 or 2 year bet, it would benefit a team like the Leafs. It would benefit a team like the Avs, which I keep suggesting. It would benefit like any, if a group of players wants to go to a contender and just light it up. It would benefit those teams, but not financially.